All right, so tonight we have I want to say famous Alexa. I feel like she deserves so much recognition and praise, you guys. She inspires me so much, and if it wasn't for this business, I wouldn't have never met her. We're on the same, ambassador team, and I just kept seeing her enrollments to go double diamond. It just was insane. I was like, how is she doing this? Y'all, she brought in like 4 to 5,000 BV herself, had a lot of things going on like that were, trying to beat her to the ground, and she just kept going. I don't want to give all the secrets away, but you need to talk about all of that. So, all right, I'm going to shut up now. Please introduce yourself. I'm super pumped up. As you guys can tell, I call her my little Spitfire because I'm just so inspired by you, girl. All right, let me unmute. You got it? All right, take it away.
My heart just overflowed. Oh my God, that was like too many compliments at once. I'm like overwhelmed now. Okay, so I am Alexa. I am a double diamond with this company. And I don't even really know where to start. Basically I saw a bunch of people working from their phone, and I never unfollowed them, had no idea who they were. And one day this girl messaged me, and so she kind of planted that seed in my head that this was like a thing that was possible for me, and said that I would be really good at this. And so I didn't know that there was teams or anything, so I went to another distributor and started talking to her, and I was super nervous. I honestly, I don't really understand how I even had the guts to join, because I am the most skeptical, scared, in my bubble, stay in my little box, type of person. So I don't really know how I got here, but I'm so happy that I did. I was so nervous to invest the $99. My parents were like, it's a pyramid scheme. You're not going to make any money. Obviously, they're very supportive now. My mom wants me to buy her a house. So we're getting there. And so I had every fear. I was so nervous about what people thought. I was, oh gosh, where was I? think I was still in community college, so I was a sophomore in college. So I was still kind of figuring myself out and all of that. And this business has really, really helped me with that, so much. And I'm so thankful for it every day. This fires me up every day. So yeah, so basically I jumped right into it, and I was that really right away. I was asking tons of questions, and I don't even think my enroller could really keep up with what I was even saying. And I just basically went for it. I messaged every single person on my regular Instagram, and I was basically just asking people if they want to be product models. I didn't even know who I was asking. I was just asking everyone. I literally let fear run out the door, and I was like, whatever, if this is going to make me money, if I can actually do this, I'm going to do this. And so I got tons of no's from that, because they're all high schoolers and they're all mean about this. And so I got tons of no's and got really discouraged, but I didn't let that stop me. I actually made an entire new Instagram, and because I thought that's what everybody did in the business. So I made a new Instagram, started from scratch, probably actually started with 33 followers when I was first starting. And I mean, it ended up being a blessing, because, I just had so many more positive people in that aspect. So it ended up really helping me out a lot. But 2 months into the business, I went Ruby. And then after that, I went back to school. And I was supposed to be a waitress at Buffalo Wild Wings, which is gross. And so I was like, no, I'm not going back there. And so I never called my boss back. And I basically just quit my waitressing job. And $500 a month is it is something that I cannot really live off of a month, in college. So I was like, this is going to motivate me so much more to go Emerald. And so literally I put it all on the line. I quit my job. I was like, I'm going to spend more time doing this business and rocking the crap out of it and doing that, instead of making $4 an hour and relying on other people to make my money for me. And I went Emerald that next month. The month after went Diamond. And then from there, I actually, because I wanted to go back and see, I chilled at Diamond for a little bit, as in chilled, not I didn't stay at Diamond, I chilled to the freaking bottom again. I was paid as a Ruby the month after I went Diamond, so my volume just went literally. I was just oh, I'm chilling, this is fine. And then the month after that, I got myself back to Emerald. And then yeah, I mean, and then this month I just went double diamond, and it was a freaking roller coaster, but I ended up getting there. So that's basically the gist of it.
Your story is so crazy. So you've been in less than a year, right?
Yeah.
And you went all the way double diamond. It's so crazy. And all social media, right? You only do social media. Like you don't
Yeah.
talk to people in person, you don't do rap parties, anything. Okay, so that's the power of social media, y'all. Like that is insane. So I watched your video last night about excuses, and it was so awesome. It's on her YouTube, you guys. If you need some more Alexa after this, definitely check it out. It got me so fired up last night, I couldn't go to sleep. I just wanted to get to work. And she went through some of the, things that she talked about some of the things that, she had to go through while going to double. And I feel like that's what we really should talk about is like mindset and how you were able to overcome that roller coaster. So I know it's not fun talking about the bad stuff, but I mean, it's part of this business. It's part of life, and stuff is always going to happen. Okay, you guys, stuff is always going to happen to you. It's going to happen for a reason. It's happening for you. Okay, for you to push through it. And you are just the definition of grit. And I just want to hear how you did it. Like, how did you get your mindset right through all of that and kind of go into like what happened a little bit,
Okay, yes, no, I was getting so fired up. I was like, wow. I was like, I cannot believe that I like made it, because I literally went through my messages with Carrie, because I don't really talk to my actual enroller anymore. Carrie's like basically my upline. So like I annoy her every single day. Sorry. Like I literally owe her like everything. Like I feel so bad for her sometimes, but you know what? It's okay. So when was it? So February I re-ranked to diamond, and then March I was like, this is my birthday month. Like I'm gonna go double. Like no one can be mad at me for not going out on my birthday. Like this is like my birthday month. Like I want to do this. Like I'm just gonna do it. For some reason it like had to be my birthday month. I don't know. I was just being like weird about it. So let's see. So in the very beginning, I literally like wrote this down because I was like, volume like was just like that was like one of the main things that like was holding me back first off. Like that was like one of like the objective things. And so beginning of March, I was 6,500 away. And so I told Carrie, and I went through my messages and I was like, I'm gonna go double diamond. Like I'm so excited. And I basically slacked like 70% of the month. And so on the 27th, Carrie messaged me. She's like, you're 5,193 away from double. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll do it. That's fine. Like, that's chill. Like, I don't know why, but like my head was just so big. I was like, I got this. I could do that in a day. You can't do that in a day, you guys, just so you know. Like, that's like not possible. Oh, it might be possible. We'll see. But so I was like, okay, like I got this, like whatever. And so I like worked my ass off like every single day from like the 27th to the 31st, which you should work every single day so that you don't have to like burn yourself out at the end of the month, because that's what I love to do. I love to just burn myself out at the end of the month. So Nat's the same way, so it's fine. See, we're both doing okay though. Okay, so by the 31st, I was 1,897 away from double. And that was like my ending volume. So within that time, I can't do quick math, but I think I pulled in like 3,000 volume in 3 days. And the very last day of the month, I pulled in 1,000 in volume, because literally like, this is what I said to myself at the end, because here's the thing, you guys, like, even though I didn't make it to double that month, do not give up. Like, use every single hour, every single minute of that promotion month, because it's going to carry into next month. And you're also going to like, you have no idea what volume can be pulled in. You have no clue. So, I went ham and I pulled in 1,000 volume in a day. And, I was so upset by the end. Like, I remember it was like probably like 11:50 at night, and Carrie's like, okay, like I'm gonna go to bed. Like I was like 1,897 away. I was like, no, I was like, I'm gonna do this. Like I had 10 minutes left, you guys, and I was like, I'm gonna pull in 2,000 volume. Like it's fine. Like I'll do it. Like I don't know why that happened, but it just did. So I was on the phone with my mom. She's like, it's fine. Like $15,000 bonus. Like we're gonna buy your promotion. Like we're gonna buy all the product that we need. She messaged Carrie and she's like, what do we need to buy? Like I was like, Mom, I'm not buying my promotion. That is not happening. So because the month before that, and I do want to admit this, you guys, because like it's not all like uphill. Like when I was trying to get back to diamond, I bought 333 BV of product just to maintain diamond, because I was like, well, it's worth it, but also like it was worth like the extra effort that I didn't put in at the end. Like I was only 363 away at the end of the month, and I didn't get that for myself. And so anyway, so yeah, so that's how far away I was. I was literally on the phone with my parents. Like I was like, and I was messaging at this point. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. Like I was so like, I was literally such a mess. And by the end of that day, I was like, okay. I was like, well, I slacked 80% of the month. That's probably the first issue. So I'm just not going to do that next month. Like I'm going to actually work every single day, because they say consistency is key. So maybe you should listen to the people that know what they're talking about. So, I decided to like calm down my ego a little bit and, you know, like be realistic about my next promotion and be like, okay, well, this is not going to happen if I'm not serious every single day about promoting. Like double diamond is no joke, you guys. It's not a joke. So, I'm trying to think. So I decided to go double diamond again in April. I have to like have notes, otherwise I'm going to go everywhere. And I was 6,513 BV away on the 3rd. And I was even further before that, because I pulled in 400 volume the very next day. I did not let that failure of not going double diamond stop me from pushing for it the next month. Like I was like, okay, well, I have so much momentum. I am so jacked right now. Like I am not about to get myself in a slump. I'm not about to be like, oh, I'm exhausted. I'll try again like in a few months. Like I'll try again my next birthday month or what, I don't know. Whenever I feel like I have an excuse to actually go double diamond again, I was like, I'm going to keep going. So I kept going. And so by the 3rd, I was 6,513 BV away. So the 25th of the month, so I was working every single day consistently. I did host to post after host to post after host to post. Like I was doing whatever I could every single day, not to just message and be like, oh my gosh, I got out 100 messages. No, I was doing it to get results, because that's what you get paid for, is results, not messaging. You don't get paid to message. That'd be cool if we did, you know, but we don't. So we get paid to get results. So I messaged every day until I got results. By April 28th, I was still 1,610 away. On the 25th of that month, of the month that I was pushing for double, I was going in my e-suite. I was just like, you know, just like checking out all the volume, and my Ruby for that month, her account said cancel. So I messaged Carrie. I'm still a child. I messaged Carrie and I was like, hey, does this like screw me over? I was like, or is this cool? Like, are we chill with this or no? And she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, you have to like call her, like tell her to turn her account back on, like whatever. So I basically started kind of relying on her turning her account back on to promote. Like I literally messaged her and I was just like, hey, like, you know, like you were basically like I can't go double diamond without you. That's what I said to her. I was like, I can't go double diamond without you. You don't have to pay for the e-suite, whatever. She literally turned off her account because she was getting paid $1.50 when she was making $500 a month, but that's neither here nor there. But, so I was like, I need you to go double diamond. And she was like, oh, okay. Like, I'll turn it back on, whatever. 2 days pass. I'm like, hey, like, are you going to turn it back on? And then she sends me this long message about how she can't turn it back on. She doesn't feel comfortable, blah, 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 whatever. So at this point, I was FaceTiming my best friend, and I literally took my entire double diamond chart and crumpled it up. And I was like, you know what? It's finals. I have like 10 papers to write. I have a group speech. I have like 4 other tests to study for. I was like, I'm done. I literally like crumpled my entire freaking double diamond chart and threw it to the other side of the room. I was like, I was like, next month. I'll do it next month. Like, it's fine. And then I literally felt like a pull in like my heart, and I was like, I have to go this month. Like, if I do not do this, like I don't know why, but I was just like, I was so hungry, you guys. Like, I was like, diamond's awesome. Like, if you haven't gotten to diamond, like, it's great money, but I was like, I want more. I need more. Like, I was meant for more, and I know I can do this. So I was like, okay. So I uncrumpled it, and I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, this, it's going to be fine. I literally, so there was a person underneath that Ruby that canceled, who was charted Ruby, was not working. Most of my team was not working. I think I probably had like 5 people on my team working to go double. And so the person underneath the Ruby that canceled, she was charted Ruby. So I was like, okay, and I looked at my options. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go with this person, and I'm just gonna fill out her volume and bring her to Ruby. I literally, like, because I was enrolling people constantly. It did not, like, even though those 2 days of uncertainty of me being like, oh, is she gonna cancel? Oh, am I actually gonna go double diamond? I was still enrolling because nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing was gonna stop me. It did not matter. At that point, I did not crumple anything up. I was still going. I was still enrolling. And so there was a ton of volume that I hadn't even placed. I literally popped a Ruby in like a day. Like, Carrie literally called me. She's like, you just popped a Ruby in like a day. And I was like, oh, neat. Like, that's cool. Like, and she and the Ruby underneath her only needed like 564 left. Okay, this was the last like 5 days in the month. I was like, okay, I got this. Like, I'm fine. And so April 29th, I was 1,500 BV away. I literally texted Kiana, like, Kiana and Carrie, like, actually, like, my whole team, just thank you for dealing with me, because wow, end of the month doubts are real. So I I texted Kiana. I was like, dude, I can't do this. I was 1,500 away, and she's like, dude, just get it done. You have all today, all tomorrow, like, you've got this. And so I was like, okay. So I was like, I still finals week. Just want to let you know, like, I am like dying in stress right now. Okay. I'm drowning, but it's fine because I'm going to get there anyways. So, it was finals week, and I was just like, okay, anytime that I'm not writing a paper, not studying for this, not studying for that, I'm just going to be taking massive action. I'm not going to be scrolling. I'm not even going to be posting. I'm going to be messaging, constantly messaging people, because I want to constantly be talking to people. So the last day of the month, actually, yeah, so I enrolled 1,000 BV again that last day on April 29th. The very last day of the month, I had 504 left. I literally found that as like a piece of cake. I was like, I've got this. I've enrolled 1,000 BV in one day twice. There's no way that I'm not going to get 504 left. So, like, I ended up going double, and I was like, oh, I was like, cool. Like, I was literally on my way home from a speech that I was late to, because whatever, going double, you know, your life is a mess. It's fine. But I was coming home from that, and one of my girls, Gabby, who was working, and she was working towards Ruby, she was like, oh, I just got a couple orders in, and I had a ton of orders to place that day, and then like, I was double. And something that I want you guys to know about that whole hot mess is that month before, I procrastinated. I did things like, I scrolled. I stayed stagnant. I didn't talk to my team that much. And that's the reason why I didn't promote. It's not because I couldn't, it's because I wasn't consistent, and I didn't put in the action that it took to promote. So the next month, I was like, okay, well, I could either sit here and let this entire thing defeat me and just cry. I mean, I cried the freaking 30th or 31st or whatever it was of March. I think it was 31st. It was a long month. The 31st of March. The next day, I enrolled 400 BV right away. I was like, I am not letting this momentum die, and I'm going double. I learned so many lessons from you guys have to take your lessons that you learn from like your previous promotions that you might have missed, and take it, and don't let it defeat you. Don't say, oh, well, this is my weakness here. Say, okay, well, this was my weakness this month. I'm going to make this my strength this month. So procrastinating was my weakness last month. I'm not going to make procrastinating my strength, but I'm going to like strengthen the fact that like I can change that. I'm able to change that. You guys, like, you have complete control over your promotion. Like, it does not matter. Like, I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter if 0 people on your chart are working for double. Like, you can do it. It literally, like, it just depends on how badly you want it. So I think, yeah, I mean, that's the gist of it.
I just love hearing you just go on a roll. Like, you're just On fire. I just recorded some of that. But okay, so I don't know if I ever told you, but when I was going double 2 years ago, I actually had a Ruby cancel on me too. And that was the difference between me earning a $30,000 bonus and not. So same type of thing, lots of messages, and like, luckily we got her to reverse it. Because it was like, I think the last day, like I didn't have time to like, fix it. But just know that when bad stuff happens, you guys, and you're going for a promotion, that is normal. Like that is part of it. Like that is like the devil trying to hold you back. That is like just you having to realize that, are you going to let that defeat you, or are you going to let that fuel you? And just know that you're not alone. Hopefully her story, my story, like we all go through it, you guys. And she didn't let that stop her. Like it was all mindset. And I just need to know, like, were you listening to Tony Robbins all day? Like, what were you doing to stay pumped up and stay fired up? First, obviously talking the sidelines, but what's that one quote that every entrepreneur has, like a group of boss babes like cheering them on or something? That's what that reminds me of. But honestly, like, what did you do? Like, were you reading? Were you like, what's like
I didn't have time to read
development stuff?
I feel like I never have time to read, and I always felt kind of bad about not reading for self-development, but I don't feel bad about it because what I'm doing is working. Whether like if reading works for someone, cool, do it. Like go for it. Like I cannot read. I literally like will sit down and read a page and be like, I'm bored. I need to go do something. Like so I listen to YouTube. Like YouTube is my life. Like when it comes to personal development, like if I'm feeling like something like, oh, I feel like quitting. Oh, this like literally like even listening to like Zooms, like I don't even know what I was listening to. I was literally just typing in motivational video and just listening to like every single thing that popped up. And another thing that I was actually doing too was listening to worship music, because this business really has brought me closer to God, which I just that's just like indescribable in and of itself. Like that's just amazing. Like I love this business for that. And anyway, so I was listening to worship music, and oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of who was singing, but I was basically just listening to that, like just putting all of my faith in like this promotion and in God. And basically because another thing too is my why from March to April, like skyrocketed. So something that happened in April is, so someone that lived a few blocks down from us was actually murdered by his own parents. He was 7 years old. And it was just like this huge, huge story. It was so heartbreaking. Like I remember during the promotion month, like I was just crying like constantly because it was just like that ended up being my why. Like I wanted to be able to donate to a cause, to basically like help train other people to speak up for kids that have been like abused, neglected, things like that, because that 100% could have been avoided. And so I felt like I had a way bigger purpose the month after, because the month before, $5,000 is great, but you guys have to have a why. Like I can't even tell you how important that is, because money doesn't mean anything if there's no value to it. Like seriously, like money does not mean anything if there's no value to it. Like that $5,000 I made in March was going to sit in my bank account. Yes, it was going to pay off student loans, cool, but it was going to collect dust. And I think that was one of the things too, is it just didn't motivate me enough, like I know, like, well, inspire me enough, whatever, motivate, inspire. I feel like I get motivated, but I know that anyway, so, it just didn't really like motivate me enough. And so the month after, my mom called, and I know that was God. I know God was like, okay, well, first off, like get your shit together. Like you need to like actually get your shit together when it comes to like, like working and your work ethic and things like that. And I'll fully admit that I was not perfect. If I went double diamond, I didn't deserve it because I did not put in the work that I should have put in. So that was one thing, is like my why became so much bigger in the next month. And I let people know about that. I let people know that, I was doing this for a bigger cause. And I did get some controversial things said to me, and, we're not even going to go into that because it's just the devil trying to stop me. But, I was upset. Like I had breakdowns over that. And but the thing that I knew is like God was there through the entire thing, and he knew my reason why I was doing that. He knew that the reason why I was going to donate to that wasn't to like promote my promotion. I was going to try to promote either way. I just needed a bigger reason why, and he knew that. And he knew that I was working my butt off every single day, and he knew that I was trusting in him, and he knew that that in my heart, like I was actually being genuine about like what I was doing. And so he knew it, and so he made it happen. I've never talked like this before, you guys, about God, but like he made it freaking happen. Like he made it happen. I was 1,500 away the last 2 days. It's hard to pull in 1,000 BV, okay? It's sometimes when you upsell, everyone says no, and it's just, but everybody was saying yes to the upsell. Everybody was saying yes. And I was like, God bless, like literally like God bless. So that's another thing too, is like you have to have a big reason why. If the only reason that you want to promote is because you want $5,000 a month, you're not going to want it enough. Like you seriously will not want it enough. You have to have something that's going towards, whether it's saving for something, whether it's, checking something off of your dream board, whether it's donating, like giving back, like was like so like emotional for me at the end. Like I was crying for so many reasons at the end and during and all through everything. And, that was just super huge for me, is like I had to have like a bigger reason why I was doing it. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's just super important, is to be super intentional about why you're going for this promotion. Yes, I'm very red. I am very, very red. I'm very money hungry. I'm very like, if someone is doing better, I'm like, I need to do better. Like I am very like, I don't know, like I don't even really know what red is, but I just know I'm red because I love red Zooms, and like Natalie told me I'm red, so I know I'm red because she's like really intact with like the color personalities. But I'm very money hungry, but your why is, it's not going to be just about money. It has to be something bigger than that, whether you're red, blue, green, purple, yellow, whatever it might be. Like I know purple isn't one of them, but whatever. Like your why has to be something bigger than red. It has to be bigger than money. So that's what I mean, I don't remember what your question was.
Basically, just how did you stay in that mindset, like when all that stuff was going on, but you answered it. Like your why was just so big that you didn't care what came at you. You were just like, I got this. And having a positive mindset in this business, I feel like is like majority of it. Like I know people say, it's like 20% effort and then like, 80% mindset or whatever, the statistics are that people say. But I think it's so true. Like if you decide you're going to do it, like promoting is a decision, you guys. Promoting is a decision. We're always going to say we're working towards a promotion, but it's like a switch that has to happen in your head. And I recently had to talk about this with my team. It's like, you have to decide, are you going to do it or not? Because you can talk the talk, but until you start walking the walk, and that's something else I want to talk about, is what it actually takes, you guys. Like, it's not just like volume comes, and it's like, it does come, don't get me wrong, but it's after you decide, volume comes a little bit more, I don't want to say effortlessly, but it starts going in your favor because you're sacrificing, you guys. That's what it takes, is sacrificing, and then you're going to get rewarded for that effort that you're putting in because you made the decision and you sacrificed. So I know for a fact that Alexa and we were on Zoom till, I don't know, like 3 o'clock in the morning, a couple months ago after conference, I think, right? And she freaking fell asleep on Zoom because she's working so hard until her eyes close. And that is funny, but that's also like sacrifice. Like she wasn't staying up watching Netflix. Like she was working until she physically fell asleep. And you have to give up the good to get the great, y'all. And that's what I feel like promotion to these leadership ranks is. Like you just have to say no. So what did you say no to, Alexa? What did you sacrifice? Obviously sleep, but
oh my God. I mean, like,
you're in college. So like college kids are going out partying, having fun. And what are you doing?
Oh, never. Not at all. Not during promotion month. People know during promotion month, I'm inside. Like my roommate knows, like I'm inside. Like I remember when I was going diamond, I knew it was Halloween weekend, you guys, like when everybody goes out for college. Okay. And this was my month that I was pushing for diamond. And, I literally wrote a note on my door. I was like, hey, love you. Sorry, going for a $7,500 bonus. I'll go out with you when like I'll celebrate with you later, or I'll buy you something with like part of the bonus or something like that. And like you can't like, and your friends like need to understand you have goals. And that's the thing is like, sometimes people don't take this business as legit as you might think they would. Okay, they think you're just posting on social media. Like, most of my friends don't really congratulate me when I promote, because they don't know what goes into it. They don't know how I feel. They don't know that I don't shower. They don't know that I wear the same sweatshirt for like 3 days, 4 or 5, whatever days straight. Like, they do not know what goes into it. And so I think when you're talking to your friends about it, like, you sometimes have to put it into the perspective of, okay, well, what if you were preparing for a huge promotion? What if you were preparing for a huge like interview? Like, you have to compare it to something, because that's what they understand. Unless they're in this business, like, they just really don't grasp like what it takes to do that. And so I think like definitely like communicating with my roommate, and my friends about that was super important. And I could tell when there was people that supported me in what I was doing, and when there was people that were definitely like angry about the fact that I was not going to go out. But I didn't care, because my goals are bigger than going out and getting drunk. Like, my goals are bigger than that. And what I'm doing tonight, like how much volume I'm about to pull in tonight, is going to be so much bigger, and it's going to help me so much towards my promotion. That's going to change my entire life. Why would I miss out on a night of pulling in volume, like towards a promotion that is literally going to change my entire life? Why would I do that? There's no reason. Every successful person sacrifices. It does not matter who it is. It doesn't matter what they're going for. They sacrifice something. They sacrifice everything sometimes. Like, they sacrifice. And in order to be successful, like, success and sacrifice like go together 100%. You cannot have it all. You cannot go out and do all these things and have this huge social life and, like, skip out on messaging every single day. Like, you have to sacrifice. You have, like, even when you don't feel like showing up, like, show up anyways. Like, sacrifice the fact that, like, you don't feel like doing it, but you're going to do it anyways. Even that's sacrifice. Being consistent every day is sacrifice, but that sacrifice is going to pay off. Like, you guys sacrifice time at whether you guys have a job or not, you sacrifice time at your job. And that's something I've always compared it to, is like, well, you're going to spend time at this job and get paid $4 an hour, this job and get paid $8, $9, $12, whatever it might be. I don't care. I don't really care about minimum wage BS anymore, because that's gone. That's on the back burner. Never doing that again. But that's what you sacrificed before this. You sacrificed time for money. Okay. And now it's about sacrificing other bigger things, because this is a bigger opportunity than minimum wage. That's why you have to make bigger sacrifices. It's because it's a bigger opportunity. It offers you more. You can literally check off every single thing on your freaking dream board with this. Can you do that at your waitressing job? Can you do that at your corporate America job? Like, I had a customer literally message me saying $40 a month is too much for me. Like, I'm going to go negative on my account. You guys, that is like, that's how people live. We get to live the dream life. Like, I am obsessed with this opportunity, and I am willing to sacrifice for this opportunity, for these promotions, for the money that you can make in this, because with money comes opportunity and being able to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Even just promoting is accomplishing, excuse me, accomplishing whatever you want to accomplish. Like, going triple, like, I'll be set. Like, I'll just be like, well, I don't really know what I need to check off, because $10,000, what does that buy? I don't know. I've only known what like $100 buys, because like that's all I really had. So like even getting to your promotion is something that's like crossing something off of like your success list and your dream board. So yeah, I mean, sacrifice is huge, and if you don't do it, you're not going to be as successful as the people that do, period.
Straight fire, girl. I'm working as you're talking, because I'm like, I'm not going to promote unless I'm working.
I love it.
And like, I was with two of my leaders earlier today, and they're like, how did you do it too? Because you went super fast, and I went diamond in 7 months, then I went double in 9 months. So we're like, kind of similar, but it's like, I told them some stuff and I was like, honestly, like I was just never not working, but it's paid off because you plant so many seeds, you guys, and you put in that massive action in the beginning. And do I still work a lot? Yes, but it's different a little bit because you have so many seeds planted and they keep watching you. And the longer you're in, they keep sprouting and they keep following you and then they keep messaging. Like they're going to come to you now because you've put in that work initially. And I used to do the same thing. I would message 100 people a day about product model, whatever Carrie told me to do in the team page, I would just go do. I had no clue what I was doing, but you just got to put in the work, and you're not going to know everything. You're not going to know what you're doing, but you go. You just got to go. And the ego part too, like, man, I see it all the time with new distributors. It's like, do you want to care about what people are maybe going to think, or do you want to care about what's in your bank account? Because you can't have both. So you just got to get over it and do it, because, if you follow the steps and you use this as a vehicle, like it's going to get you what you want. You just have to, put in the massive action. And I love it. Okay. So speaking of massive action, so we talk about the sacrificing and the excuses, the, overcoming stuff. What is like a day in, example of like your day? Like, what do you actually do? Like, let's talk about the physical, like work. Like, do you message, 100 people a day? Are you following up with people every day? Like, kind of what is like, you said host a post, but like, give us more of like a guideline as to like what your work day looks like, so to say.
It kind of changes like each day. Like it honestly, like as long as I get done the things that I need to in the day, like that's what matters. Like I don't really have a set schedule. I tried doing that before and I went insane. Like I can't do a schedule. I think I just thrive in chaos. Like I love chaos. So I think that like is something that I had to like learn about myself, is just like, as long as you get it done, like you're fine. But opportunity posts, I'm going to say this, is extremely, extremely, extremely important for your business. It's something that I think is like literally like necessary in order to be successful, because people need to see you shouting out your promotion. People need to see what this business is going to do for you. They can't just see, oh, now hiring posts. Like you are not going to get that far with now hiring posts. I'm telling you, you will not get that far with copy and pasting. Okay, you're going to get a decent, depending on your network and depending on the people that are in your network, you'll get a decent, like you'll get decently far, but you will not get to the top with copy and pasting. 100%. Like, and I'm not even at the top, but I know that for a fact. Like, you have to be so like real about like your story, and like, and I'm just going into opportunity posts, I guess, but like, you just have to be so real about your story. Like, I remember when I shouted out Double Diamond in March and I didn't hit it, I let people know, okay, I didn't go this month. I learned my lesson and I'm going to do it this month. And Cheyenne Knox says, you guys, Cheyenne Knox is a freaking presidential diamond. Listen to people that are more successful. Listen to people that have had more experience. Listen to people that have gone through way more obstacles than you. Double Diamond is probably like a little baby obstacle for freaking Cheyenne Knox. Okay. But it was something else for me. And so, I always take advice from people from the top. I listen to Zoom at least once a day. Honestly, like I love Zooms. Like I never miss a Zoom. They're my favorite things ever. And so that's kind of what I do for self-development is Zooms. I do an opportunity post. I post on my Instagram story every day. And then depending on, like I said, depending on my day, I message and, like get out host to post and things like that. And then for following up, you guys have to understand this business is so simple. I don't even send sentences anymore for following up. I send an emoji and people always respond. It is literally like the minimalistic like amount that you can possibly do, but it works so well. I literally just send like an angel emoji, or like me and Kiana talked about it. I remember but anyway, so I send like whatever emoji, and then they realize that they didn't respond. You don't even need to say, hey, did you get busy? I even stopped like doing that. I literally just send emojis like every time. And that's literally how I follow up. It does not matter how many, like that's how I follow up now, you guys. Like I send like 3 or 4 emojis in a row, like literally, like that's how simple this can be. And then they end up responding at some point, because like no one can say no to an emoji. Like you can't even say anything. Like you have to say something. You have to be like, oh, sorry, I got busy, or oh, sorry, not interested, or oh, sorry, yeah, like I want to order, whatever it might be. Like, you can't say no to an emoji. Like, literally, it's not even a question. They don't even have a choice to say no. So emojis is literally how I follow up now. Which has been like super simple, and like I literally like the next day after messaging people, if they stop responding, and I know for a fact that it's just because people get busy because they commented on the host post, and I'm doing the Thermophyte X one. They commented on the host post. They're interested. They just got busy. It's literally that simple, you guys. Like no one, like people are not going to say no to a $36 deal for the most part. You just know they got busy. And so that's what I do. I literally just follow up with an emoji because I know they got busy. I don't need to say that to them. I don't need to ask them. And then depending on the day, also, I've been slacking a little bit with host to post because I'm still getting used to like continuing the momentum like after promoting, because I'll continue the momentum when I'm close to not promoting, and then the next month like I'm like, okay, I really need to do this. But once I promote, I'm really bad about letting my momentum just die. And so that's something, and I'm like, you guys, like I'm still learning. Everyone's still growing. I'm going to admit that. I'm so bad at keeping the momentum going. And so that's something I'm working on personally, and that's something I'm working on with my team. But so yeah, I mean, just depending on the day, I get host to post out, and literally I stopped messaging on Instagram just because I get so much more interaction with host to post, and that's what I've been doing. And then every time I do a host to post, I always upsell. And I use Amanda's Ambassador Diamond script. I don't know. I think you were probably on that Zoom, Nat, right? It was like the gold script. Like it was like Thermophyte X, and you upsell to like the cleanse, the fat fighters after you get all their information. Do you want me to read that?
Sure.
Okay. Hold on. So after someone responds to the host post, I say, hi, so I'm beyond excited to tell you about a new product we launched. It's called Thermophyte X, and we can actually make claims that you will lose an average of 31 pounds in 90 days. It balances blood sugar, boosts fat loss and metabolism, perfectly natural, offers 2.5 times more weight loss than diet alone. Again, LOL, Thermophyte X contains a clinically proven, literally proven weight loss ingredient, green tea cytamine. I'm just going to go with that. This is proven with a lower calorie diet. It's a vegan, soy-free, dairy-free, and non-GMO product. Is this something you'd be interested in? They always say yes. And then I say, awesome. It's normally $70, but for this promotion, it's only $36, which is my personal discount. You also get that discount on all my other products for life, and I waive my $50 starting fee. You would simply place an order this month, one in June, and one in July to get that huge discount. How does this sound? They usually say it sounds great. And then I say, great, I'm at my computer right now. I'll just need your address, your email, your phone number, birthday, your card information to pay with. And then in parentheses, I put number, expiration date, and security code, because now we have to do the security code, which I just noticed. If you feel more comfortable calling me or texting me, my number is, and then you just put your number in. And then after they message you like all of their information, they're just getting the Thermophyte X, and then you say, okay, perfect, I'm about to create your order now. Before I do, with the 90-day challenge, Thermophyte X alone is $36, just like we talked about. Detox and our fat fighters to block fats, carbs as well. To block fat/carbs as well in your first month, which is actually our full triple threat weight loss system for even better results. And then I say what I used and had bomb results. The full weight loss system, Thermophyte X, Cleanse, and Fat Fighters is $97. Do you want to upgrade to that this month for better results, or stick to the Thermophyte X alone? And then they say whether or not, normally they upgrade. I'm shocked how many people do it, but people want good results. That's why they want to lose 31 pounds in 90 days, because they want to lose a lot of weight. So this is going to get them the best results. So then whatever, they upgrade, don't, whatever. And then if you guys are still enrolling on your eSuite, you're doing it wrong, because on your regular website, there's normally a one-time offer of people to get the keto coffee and chocolate greens for $49 instead of, I think it's $78 or $72. So they're getting half off of another weight loss product, which you already know they want a weight loss product, because that's why they want to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. So then I say at the end, so I send them a picture of, because this is, so after you put all of their information in, their card goes through, whatever, then that's when you see it. The offer pops up and it's like, this is a one-time offer, whatever. So I send them a picture of that, and I say, Okay, so you got this amazing one-time offer of getting fat burning coffee and chocolate detox greens for $49 instead of $78. This will not be on your next order, and this is the only time it will be offered for you. I figured I'd let you know. Do you want me to add it? And honestly, a lot of people say yes, especially, and sometimes like if they're like, oh, like I don't know, I send them a triple threat like result picture of the Thermophyte X and the chocolate greens and the chocolate detox. And there's like one specific one that I usually send them. It's a disaster in my picture still. I'm still a disaster from Diamond, but you know. But I always send them that, and that usually seals the deal because I was like, this is with the Thermophyte X and the coffee and the greens all combined. And then they usually want to add it on. And right there, 124 BV order or a 91 BV order. Or worst case scenario is a 30 BV order. So that's literally all I did. Like that is all I did to upsell. And yeah, I mean, you don't want to be using your eSuite anymore because especially if you're doing the coffee post, they already are interested in coffee and they're probably going to want the coffee at a discount too. So adding that on is just going to add on extra BV, and that 33 BV that you get from each order, it adds up, you guys. Like it adds up a ton. So that's literally all I was doing to upsell.
I don't think you can enroll anymore through eSuite. Is it echoing?
I'm okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I hear an echo. Why is it echoing? That's so weird.
I don't hear it.
No? Okay. Maybe it's just my computer then. Oh, someone else hears it? Okay. But not anymore. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so everyone wants your scripts. So I don't know if you can put them in the chat of the Zoom or just send them to me, and then we can do that.
I'll send them, yeah. I can't send them in the Zoom because it's just on my computer, but I'll send them to you, and then I can even post them on the team page or whatever.
Okay. Do you use text replacements?
Nope. I still have not used them. I really should, but I just stuck with what I knew, and I literally, like, my notes are like I have like 1,086 notes, so that's just all I've been using.
Recent, I started getting more organized and like helping my team get organized, and I just now started using text replacements 3 years later, but it has been such a game changer. If I find myself using the same script over and over again, like I just set it up and it takes 2 seconds, but I was just curious. So Kiana wants to know, how do you sign distributors?
Honestly, opportunity posts, and then they just mostly come to me. Sometimes there's sometimes where hold on, I'll read you what I say. This was literally right after conference. So I was super like excited and like hyped up and like psychotic. So hold on, I made this thing. Okay, so this is what I say, like if I really think they're going to be good at it. But this was when the $20 codes were out, so I was sending this to everyone. But so I say, girl, I saw you liked my picture. Like this is if you put up an opportunity post, so they liked it, they saw that it's about the business. So I say, girl, I saw you liked my picture and I'm literally so excited. Our company just announced new promotions, and this is still true. New promotions and products that will be flying off the shelves. I don't even know if this makes sense to you, LOL, but have you ever thought about making money through social media? So literally gibberish, sounds like I'm on crack, and then have you ever thought about making money through social media? They understand that last part, and you sound super excited about the rest of it, and so they just want to hear more. So sometimes I'll send that, just depending on if I think the person will be good at it or not. But for the most part, it's opportunity posts, and people just watch me and then end up messaging me about it usually. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I usually don't message for distributors for the most part, but if I do, it's always from people that like my picture. But I know that I never liked a single picture when I was like first curious. So I know you could be missing out on some good people. So if I am Instagram messaging, I do have the intent of finding distributors. I don't want product models. Because I'm so in love with this opportunity and what it can give you that I'm like, why would you buy the product when you can just be a distributor and make a ton of money? Like, you know, so like whenever I'm messaging about that, usually people are broke because they're all college students that I follow. And so they're usually more interested in making money anyways. So yeah, I mean, that's honestly what I what I do. But for the most part, I feel like they just come to me because I'm trying to think of what I even do. But just opportunity posts every day. Just like talk about your story and shout out your promotion, and then actually hit your promotion. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Cheyenne Knox took 9 months to go double diamond, and then she went double diamond and followed through with what she was going to do. Even you can even just like even saying something like I'm not quitting, like that, like even that is so huge because they want to be secure with who they're joining. So people know I'm not quitting. Like it's pretty clear. Like I'm pretty gung ho on this opportunity, and people understand that. And so it honestly definitely is a level of trust that you need for that. But yeah, I mean that's what I do.
So I know that we probably have people saying like, okay, how do you come up with an opportunity post? Like, you know, that transition, like after a new person gets their shopping spree, then it's like that switch kind of has to go off into like now posting about the business. And I feel like that's what a lot of new distributors struggle with. They just don't know, number one, that they have to post opportunity posts. And number two, well, how do I do that? You know what I mean? Like I don't have a success story, or you know, like it's just it's like we have to practice writing them. I feel like, you know, like it's a process you go through to learn and to think of things. And but how do you kind of go about like thinking like what do you want to post about? Like what's like the mentality behind that? Or how do you tell your new distributors like, hey, like let's start building a team? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to, I think I might make like a video about it now, but I'm still trying to figure out how to communicate the best way to make opportunity posts, because I feel like I was very willing to like figure it out kind of like on my own, that it was like I looked up every video ever, like ever. And so I think that's obviously that situation's a lot different with my distributors. So our team is still working on opportunity posts. Like that's something, and like I said, like I'm still learning, still trying to figure it out, figure out the wording, figure out how to teach people best. But for me personally, I don't even know, you guys. Like I literally like I can even go to like my very first ones. Like I remember when I went Ruby, and I literally like fell down my stairs because like I was so excited and like earned $1,000 bonus, and I was like, what am I even in? And I remember just posting about it like while I was just super excited. So like I think like posting like when you're super excited is important. Like if you're like not in a good mindset, don't post. It's gonna look half-assed, and you need to be in a good mindset. You need to be in a good space to where you feel good about the business, like you feel good about where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, and if you are still questioning the business, then first off, that needs to switch, I feel like. Because I know that I believe every single word that I write on all of my opportunity posts, because I know where I'm going in the business, and I know, and I believe in this company and this opportunity and the compensation plan and the things that this business can do for me wholeheartedly. So I think that's super important. If you're still hesitant about everything, I think that's the first thing that you need to change. Get on a Zoom, talk to your leader, whatever it might be, get your head right first, and then focus on opportunity posts. I think the very most important thing is learning self-development and believing in the company and believing in what you're in before you even get to that space, because people are going to know if it's copy and pasted. It's going to be so clear. They probably follow other people. They probably know that it's not you being like putting like your heart out there. And another thing is, I know people are very like Kiana talks about this, is how you need to find your 5 things that make you you. Honestly, I was lost before this business. I didn't really have anything that made me me. I was kind of an average student. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like I had friends, but like that was like it. Like I didn't really have any hobbies. I didn't, you know, like I was just lost. And so I communicate that to my audience, and I say like, listen, like I know I post about this business a lot, but it's because this business has created such a passion and a drive that I've never had before. And so I even say things that I know people are thinking like, or like, I know you're scared. I know you're nervous. Like, I know you're watching me and thinking and being skeptical. Like say like any fear, even talk about that. Like, I feel like go back to the very beginning of your business and think about, what were my fears that I had? And that's another thing too, is if you're rewriting your story on your opportunity post and saying, I know you might be, and even if you're still scared of what people think, I know you're scared of what people think, but you know, like, don't be scared. Like, don't be scared. Like, it like that's like people's opinions don't determine your paycheck. Like, you know, like you're going to have so many supporters. And even if you don't believe it, you're writing it down, you're posting it, you're putting it out there. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm just now realizing that that could help too. It's like just going back and looking at your fears of what you had in this business, like what you had before starting this business, and writing that out. And it's almost like, because there was literally an exercise one time that I did, and it was like, write out your doubts. And so I wrote them out, and then it says rewrite your doubts to like a different story of like success or something. And so I did that, and that's exactly what you're doing. I know you're nervous, but you know, like so and so and so. I know you're skeptical, but, and now you're training yourself to believe in the business and to realize that you shouldn't be nervous. And I think that could even help with mindset too. So, I mean, that's what I would say. If you're new, talk about like you were nervous about something. Don't tell me that you walked in and you were like, all right, I'm in, let's do it. Like very first time, like, no, you were scared of the $99. Most people are. You were scared to post, you were scared to message, you were scared of what people thought, you were scared of all of these different things. Talk about it, and then rewrite your story on that opportunity post. And then you're going to start believing it, and that's going to help your mindset too. So yeah.
On fire, girl. I'm just like mind blown. On fire. You were made for this, and I'm telling you, like, I felt lost too before, and I thought I had my life together, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. And this business just does so much for so many people in so many different ways. And I always say, like, it's selfish of us not to share with other people. So I'm going to always post about the opportunity because I know what it's done for me. And y'all just have to borrow our belief, borrow your upline's belief. If you don't have a story, if you're not that passionate about this yet, you need to figure out why. Why aren't you that passionate about it? You know, are you using the products? That's the biggest thing. Like I always say, the passion stems from the products. Like you have to love what you're promoting. Otherwise, you're not going to promote it, right? It's no different than like your favorite movie, makeup, whatever. Like you talk about what you love. And also, like she said, the belief, like you have to believe and know that this is like legit. And I think events have a lot to do with that. So can you close us out with talking about the importance of events and what has events done for your business?
Oh, events are so insane and so fun. And if you don't go, you're missing out on like so much fun. Like literally, it's just fun. Like this business is fun. And the people in it are fun and happy and positive and like just like so uplifting. And it's just like you're around all of these people with the same type of mindset and goals. And like I didn't know any of these people. Like I like spent time on Zooms or whatever with them. And, you know, like we would do like power hours and whatever, but I got to know people so much better than I did before. And like now I like really cannot like see my life without them. That, I don't know, that might be clingy, whatever, but it's cool. I'm like, you guys are my lifelong best friends. But anyway, so like I think like connections, like I think like one thing that makes people sad about like a job is like you feel like you don't really have connections, and having connections in this business, especially in this business, is so important because like those connections are going to help you through your hard times too. Like if I didn't have Natalie, if I didn't have Kiana, if I didn't have Carrie, if I didn't have Jackie, if I didn't have like, you know, like all these people that were like here, like helping me through all this, like, you know, cheering me on, saying like that they know I can do it. And like, you know, like vice versa. It's just like, it's such like a good, like team oriented community. And, it's going to change your entire business. I remember I was so pissed when I was at conference because I remember me and my friend Taya, we were sitting like towards the front of the arena, and there's a VIP section, and I was a diamond at this point. Actually, I was an emerald. I was being paid as an emerald, so I accepted the emerald bracelet. I was like, okay, that's what I'll get. So I was being paid as an emerald, and I fangirled over Cheyenne Knox, and I was like, and we were literally like in like the very front, and there's like a little like sector kind of that like separates the VIP from everyone else. And I was like, this sucks. I literally cannot cross this line unless I'm triple diamond. And it made me so mad. Oh my gosh. I remember like I was sitting with Taya, and I was like, I'm so pissed. I was like, I want to be VIP. I want to be triple diamond. Like, I want to be a person that people look up to. Like, I want to be able to, you know, like say that I made it. Like, and it just like, I don't know what it was, but in hearing the stories and just, I don't even know, like, I'm going to go on a rant, but like, it was just so amazing. And if you guys say that you can't make it to conference, you're silly, because I literally drove 18 hours to get there. Didn't have a ride. All of, like, you guys, it was like a freaking like Antarctica, like snowstorm, like weird, like world's freezing over type of thing that happened during conference. Okay. And, my plane got canceled, and then like there was no cars that were able to drive. We couldn't rent a car. We literally messaged some random people, random strangers, and drove with them in a crammed car. Like it was 5 people in this tiny little car. We drove 18 hours to get there, and we made it, and it was so, so worth it. Like everyone kept saying, get to conference, get to conference. And something that stuck with me is if a millionaire tells you to do something, if all these people making 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 500,000 a month, whatever the hell I don't even know. Like if they're telling you to go, you freaking go, because clearly it's important, and clearly it changes something in your business that you can't even fathom. So, yeah, events are so, so important. And also something I did want to say about, believing in the business, show the freak up to Zooms. Stop making excuses to not going on Zooms. I'm so sick of people saying, oh, like I'll just watch the recording, and then I send them the recording and I know for a fact they didn't watch, because if they did, they would have texted me being like, oh my gosh, I'm so fired up, I'm so excited. Show the freak up to Zooms, you guys. Like that's all you have to do. You don't have to clock into a job. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to do anything in your business if you don't want. Like, stay close to the fire and go on freaking Zooms. All you have to do is sit there and watch and get excited. That's it. That is the minimum amount that you could possibly do in your business. Go show up to Zooms, and I promise you that will change your entire business. Like, show up. Literally, show up to Zooms. Show up to Zooms. Show up to events. Like, show up. It, like, even if you're not messaging, you're not posting, whatever it is, like, or you feel like you're in a rut, whatever it might be, you guys, that will relight your freaking fire. You will find something on a Zoom that you'll be like, holy crap, I needed that. Like there was someone that literally went double diamond, like hooked up to tubes, like her liver was failing or something. And I watched that Zoom and I was like, okay, if she can go double diamond hooked up to tubes, I can go double diamond during finals. Like, I'll live. Like she was barely gonna live, but I'll live. Like it was literally during finals. And so I think that just like, it also shows that like other people had struggles. You're not the only person. And the only difference between the people that are on those Zooms that are being interviewed is that they overcame those struggles, failed forward, and you're not the only person going through something in this business. It's business. This has been my business so far, okay? It's been a freaking wave. So that's what you have to like remember too, is like you have to realize that other people, like if they're making $20,000 a month and they struggled to message at first, or they struggled to like let go of what people think, clearly you can do it too, because they cared what people thought and then they stopped caring what people thought. It's a freaking change in mindset. And you're also going to hear the same things over and over again. Mindset's huge. Self-development, personal development, show up every single time, and it's going to get in your head and you're finally going to do the things that you should be doing the whole time. So show up to Zooms. Literally, I'm obsessed with Zooms and I'm always on them. And I probably wouldn't have stayed in this business for as long as I did if I didn't show up to Zooms. Like, they show you the vision of where you can go.
Yes, absolutely. It's like, it just does so much more than like what we can even say, because we tell you to post, message, follow up, but like it may not click if you tell your new distributor or whatever, but like they hear someone else say it and they relate to them, and it says it like differently, you know what I mean? And it does something else. So plus, like you said, you get fired up. Like, I love live Zooms. Like, recording's cool, but the live, like, you feel like you're a part of something. You feel like the energy, of all the people that are popping off in the chat. The chat's been going crazy this whole time, and I keep reading it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it just does something to you. And like she said before, you guys, this business is so easy. We show up to Zooms, we post, message, follow up, and we do whatever it takes, to be honest. And one last thing I do kind of want to say is like, your why should never become your excuse, you guys. So if you're sitting on here saying, but I can't show up to Zooms because that's when I put my kids down for a bath. Okay, well then change bath time, because you need to show up to the Zooms so that way you don't miss, other bath times when you're working late or whatever the case is. Like, you have to figure out your priority. And if you make this business a priority, it's going to pay you like a priority. Okay. So Alexa, you are awesome. I'm just so thankful for you. And you guys, she was supposed to come over to my house before conference, and that snowstorm held her back from coming. But you know what? She still showed up. And if it wasn't because of conference and, you know, this business and Zooms, like, we would not all be here, because I wouldn't have met her and then like seeing her fire and, you know, wanting to interview her. So you have a gift. You just need to keep going with it, girl, because you're going to go straight to the top. I already know it. I'm just so excited for you. So we will end on that. If anyone has any questions, you know, you can reach out, and I'll have the recording posted. But Alexa, send me those scripts, because I need to pull in all that volume from my promotions this month. So
yes, you're going triple. I'm so excited for you.
Let's do it. It's already done. Already done. All right, you guys, have a good night. Thank you, everyone, for staying on late. For all those night owls out there, I know Alexa and I will probably be working all night. So bye, you guys.
Bye. Thank you.